Alright, loading up the first game. Who versus kkkkk on Frost Elite. Alright. Spawning in the top right corner of Frost is our red Zerg, all in who. Tempted to make some jokes, you know. Who's in the top right? That's what I'm asking you! Come on! On the opposite side, in top left, we have our blue Terran player, kkkkk, who herein will be referred to simply as K, because I really don't know if I should be calling him kkkkk or which I imagine doesn't sound too great over the microphone. Right, already we're at 10 supply for our Zerg, so if there were any crazy shenanigans, we probably would have seen it by now, so I expect them to either open with a 15 hatch or a 14-14. This being a large map, I wouldn't be surprised to see the hatch first. Sorry I don't have any like nice overlay to cover. You guys are going to have to deal with being able to see the time, because I'm not that advanced yet. It's like we're just going to see a barracks come down for a Terran player. Yep, barracks, 12. Interested to see if there's going to be a gas follow-up. Probably not. Nope, no gas out of our Terran player. Still waiting for our Zerg to expand here. Looks like he's going straight for the 15 or 16 hatch. 15 it is. The drone is currently moving out. We have an aggressive rally on the barracks for our Terran player. Where are you, Mr. Rally? Straight to the watchtower. Okay. Aggressive rally to the watchtower will probably be a Marine, because there's no way there'd be enough gas in time for there to be a Reaper to come out of there. So I expect to see the Marine. Still no gas or pool out of our Zerg. He's just dropped the hatchery. Looks like he is saving up to get that pool down. So I expect to see that right about now. There it is. So, pool just dropped for who? Still no Marine or Reaper being built for K. Reaper, there it is, just a little bit late due to the delayed gas, but sure enough, there it is. So he's going to have the Reaper come out to just scout, get him a little map control, try and find the enemy base, which, that's already been taken care of. He already knows there's no aggression coming. I expect him to look for a third, which is where he's rallied. He'll be happy to find out that there is, as of yet, no third. Still no gas out of our Zerg, so we're looking at some like greedy three base play out of him. Still just one gas for Terran, no tech out of him, so he plans to expand. SCV finally coming out to expand. Looks like it's going to be building on the high ground, which usually at this point in the game, if a Terran scouts such a late pool, they'll just build down a low ground, but he's playing it safe, which is respectable. Reaper's coming in. He's going to do a little bit of scouting, maybe try and get some free drone kills. He knows that there isn't going to be any speed, because there hasn't been a gas yet. At least there wasn't when his SCV was in the base. When drone saves itself by becoming a spine crawler. A couple slow links come out, chase away the Reaper. Didn't actually get to see the main base yet. Hangs back, heals up a little bit. A couple Marines coming out. Interested to see if that's going to be a follow-up. Nope, just for defense. Reaper goes back in, does get fought off by that Queen. I love how Queens just like slowly chase after opponents who leave the base. I can just hear them trash talking while they chase the Reaper away. My idle Reaper in the base. Got an Overlord floating over the Terran base. I expect to see him moving in there somewhere between 6 or 7 minutes. Get sacrificed for the free scout. SCV running around, checking the third, which still hasn't shown up. 2 gases in the natural now for who? So that he can start thinking about some tech. Try and get a lair down or something, because at this point it's kind of funny that there's no third. No third or any tech of any sort. So not quite sure what direction he's going with this build yet. Stargate coming down for our Terran. It's just doing some 1-1-1 play. Probably going to try and be annoying. I can see some Cloak Banshees or something coming out because there's an unused tech lab being next to the factory right now. Scan in the main of the Zerg. And another in the natural. And the Reaper has found that Who has just taken his third. So interested to see if the third CC is going to come down anytime soon for the Terran, or if he's just going to start being aggressive. Siege tank on the way, as well as a medevac and a factory armory. So it looks like he's planning on going mech. We would usually see a second and third barracks by now if he was going to go heavy bio. Yeah, there comes the switch. Barracks to the tech lab instead of the starport or second factory, so that means Stim is probably going to be on its way. Interested to see Widow Mounds or Hellbats. It's going to be Hellbats. Hellbats are pretty mean. Got 3 queens aggressively spreading creep in the front of the Zerg base. Speed half done at this point, lair half done, or 3/4 of the way done. 4 slow lings diligently guarding the third expansion for the Zerg. There goes that Overlord. 8 minutes, a little later than I thought it would be, but it can still get the scouting information it needs to see the Bear starport and the barracks before it dies. Don't know if he saw the armory though, because that's an interesting tell. No, he did not see the armory, so he doesn't know about the possibility of Hellbats or Thors. Back to this aggressive creep spread here. Lots of active tuners getting ready to move out. There they go. That's good to see. Injection on the third of the Zerg. Energy little high, but not disgustingly on the queens in the natural and main of Who's base. Still no spectacular attack out of any player. Got a little move out going on. Maybe I expect to see a drop out of this. Pretty interested to see how he plays this with this. It's a small force, but it's a decently scary force because those medevacs can keep those Hellbats alive for a very, very long time. No blue flame on the way yet, as there is no reactor or tech lab on the factory. Siege tank with the group now. That's really mean, if you ask me. Zerg player still hasn't caught one of this, but this queen is in for a nasty surprise. Reaper shows up. I can take a Reaper, no problem. Oh god, what is all that? So, Lings pulling back as well. No way 6 Lings are going to do any damage to this group, especially the medevacs there to heal the Hellbats. So it's a pretty decently scary force, but a big swell of Lings coming out now to get a decent surround on there. Interested to see how much damage they can do. More than I thought, actually. He cleaned that up pretty well. So now our Terran is on the back foot with 1 Marine and a Widow Mine behind a wall of supply depots, taking his gases now. Third CC is 3/4 of the way finished in his main. Spire, almost done for a Zerg player, so he can start being aggressive with some mutas soon. He's got lots of money saved up, 500 minerals and almost 1,000 gas, so he can have a decent swell of mutas coming up now that he's been able to defend with just that large group of Lings. Some of the gas being dumped into Banelings, which not a terrible idea if you see your opponent's going bio Hellbat. Banelings actually do really good versus Hellbats if you get some good hits, especially fast Hellions. They just melt Banelings. Still not saturated at the third, just a few drones coming in now. Obviously, he had to use his larva to defend against that push from K. +1 armor and melee attack finishing up. At the same time, +1 attack just starting for the Terran, who's kind of playing catch-up now. Pumping out mines and marines, going to play some pretty standard mine marine play after that failed Hellbat push appears. Tiny push moving out just to kind of be annoying. This obviously isn't a kill push. I wouldn't expect a small group of 5 marines and 2 mines to be able to do a lot of damage, but they do have the potential to annoy the Zerg. Small group of Lings and a decent little flock of Banelings in the middle of the map. First flock of 5 mutas arrives. They're going to want to start moving out, being annoying. Good call putting a bunker at the third. That's not something I quite see enough of, but that bunker can be very, very annoying. It can repel some mutalisks as well as sufficiently slow down a Ling push. Alright. Ling's running out. Looks like Who's gonna try and be a little sneaky with his aggression. Oh, nope, just scouting, just making sure he's got the watchtower. Both watchtowers, so pretty good map vision. Couple full medevacs taking a long way around. Looks like he's going to be attempting to deny a fourth, which at this point is a third of the way up. +2 attack and armor on the way for the Zerglings, as well as air attack almost finishing. More mutas on the way, bunch more lings. Just a couple marines at a time, one marauder. Looks like our mutas are getting ready to move into the third. The turret is not quite up yet, but the bunker is in place. And these posturing a little long, but they are going to be able to get the cancel on that turret. Going now for the bunker, but it's not working out for him. Too many mutas are going down. Really not for much damage. SCV is pretty wounded, but able to heal up thanks to these medevacs. In the meantime, I'm missing a drop at the fourth base. A bunch of mines getting planted. Not the best mine hits on the drones, though. If anything, those mines just wrecked his own marines. Fortunately, medevacs are doing double time to get them healed up. Marines are just going to get out of there. Big Zergling Baneling push at the third base of the Terran again. Muto's coming in, picking off misrallied reinforcements who finally realize that they are getting wrecked. Little tiny fight in the middle of Queen picking off some running marines. That seems to be the theme here. Just marines running around, dying on the way. Little in and out action by the Mutalisks, being able to pick off a couple of the free medevacs there. Now falling back to regroup, it seems. These lings just going for it. They're going for it. He likes keeping the Terran on the back foot. He's in a pretty good position right here. Still, though, that one bunker is in a great position to do a lot of hurt. The 4th command center not really doing anything. It's not been converted into an orbital yet. He's got plenty of money. He can easily convert it into an orbital. Both of our players right now are sitting on a bunch of money. They could be throwing down bases everywhere, especially with Zerg, who currently has map control, who's now cleaning up the Widow mines at his 4th base. Little tiny Terran force out here. Lots of medevacs. He did lose a couple of medevacs to the Mutalisks, but he was able to keep most of them alive, and that's pretty big. Combat shields just about finishing up, which is going to be a huge help against those Mutalisks. Combat shields, those extra 10 HP is massive for putting up with the Mutalisk Glaives. Zerg just scouting around the bottom of the map, making sure there's no hidden expansions, while the Terran, in the meantime, is going to take his 4th, which I assume is going to become a planetary fortress. Marines stemming forward, trying to clean out some creep, but there's a big swell of lings and Baneling coming in, as well as a absolutely huge Mutaflock. So, first mine does a great connection against the lings, but also does lots of damage to the Marines. Looks like there seems to be too much Zerg here for now. This force doing an okay job, but got a couple good mine hits, but just not going to be enough. Just a little tiny couple of Marines, so it's going to get eaten up by this huge Mutaflock. Now deciding to focus down some of the medevacs. If he can get some of those medevacs, thin them out, he's going to be massively ahead, but too many Marines for now, so he's going to have to pull back. Zerglings coming to reinforce. As long as they get in there, they'll do a good job of taking Marine hits, but Mutaflock is just going, no, I'm too big, I'm too scary, I'm going to pick off a few Marines. I'm never scared. Terran moving on to the creep with a few mines. Just a little group of Marines still, though. They could easily be taken out by this. Oh my god, so many Banelings. So many Banelings that easily take care of that Terran flock. Bunch of drones transferring now to the 5th base, and Queen's just going freaking crazy with the creep. Still just a small group of Marines who's currently being reinforced by Marine Marauder. Level 2 upgrades about to finish up for Terran, so he could do a little 2-2 timing there. Even though he's playing catch-up, it sure helps to have. Ooh, good Widow Mine hits and a good amount of Banelings there, Zerglings rather there, but not enough to deter the attack. Muta's running in, dealing some damage. Baneling's getting great hits on a slightly split army. Splits are coming now and they're pretty good, but I think the damage is already done. There's a drop in the 4th base, or 5th base of the Zerg. Is that 4th or 5th? It's the 4th. 4th base of our Zerg player doing some damage, causing the Mutas and Banelings to all run back. And it does get cleaned up. Meanwhile, the Terran just kind of staying off creep, playing it safe, saturating his 4th base, which, yeah, is definitely a planetary. Big drop in the north of the map, though. Looks like he's going to be going for going for the Zerg main, going to try and snipe some tech. But our Zerg player's caught wind of it, and he's moving his mutas in position to catch the medevacs. 3-3 just starting for Terran, who's going to lose all of these medevacs before they can even drop a single dude, which really hurt. Terran needed that drop to do some damage, but now he knows the mutas are out of position, so he's got a little chance to move onto the creep and thin out the Zerg army. But there's just so much here, and the Widow Mines are doing damage to the Terran. Lots of good mainline connections there. Going to just trade ground army for ground army here. A few Marines survive, all the medevacs survive. Meanwhile, the Mutalisks come to end this push pretty much. Another command center on the way for Terran. It's just pushing out on the map, throwing down a few more barracks, keep up supply. Right now, it's just a war of attrition. Two teams just spending money, trying to trade efficiently. Zerglings moving out individually, try and soak up some of these mines. Oh, Mutalisks, don't do that. Oh, huge mine hits on the Mutalisks. Most of them are almost dead. They're going to have to fall back and heal up. Who, realizing his mistake, freaking out a little bit there, understandably so. More Widow Mines moving into position. Is there an Overseer? Yes, there is an Overseer. Oh, the Banling hits. Just two Banlings absolutely decimating that little Terran push. So more and more units reinforcing to the middle. It's just kind of very back and forth type fight going on here. Just trying to get some map control. Both teams expand south. 5th base on the way now or completed for the Zerg, but not really being used yet, but it's there when it needs it. 3-3 on the way for the Zerg ground forces, excuse me. Mutas Fox moving in, they're feeling pretty good. They think that all those mines have been detonated, so they ain't scared. But they are going to be pushed off by just the amount of Marines that's left there. As more mines and more Marines reinforced. Terran feeling kind of bold now. He feels like he can push onto the creep. Giant swell of Lings, though, is going to come in. Looks like they're going to be able to clean that up while the Mutalisks go for some free medevacs. Just a huge swell of giant, very, very scary Lings. Those Lings are running into the planetary now. Should see if he can finish this off before he loses too much. Actually, yeah. Looks like he is going to be able to finish off this planetary without losing too much. Muta's killing all the turrets, not taking too much damage. Ling's now spreading out, eating up mine shots, which of course also hurt the Marines. Oh, sacrificing a few Mutas there into this bio ball, but there's no medevacs nearby, and these Marines are stimming themselves to oblivion, which is not the best. Big swell of Mutalisks incoming. 16 Mutalisks to reinforce, just 8 Lings. So, probably running out of larvae there. Yeah, some larvae popping, so we'll be able to see more reinforcements from who. Terran drops another command center at his 4th. Starts mining from it again, but not much there right now. We're looking at 70 SCVs on the map, actually, which is more than I was expecting. 70 workers for both teams. Where are all 70 of those? There are 27 of them at the 3rd, and a huge flock of idle SCVs at the natural there. Bunch of Marines running to the south of the map. Not too sure what that's about. A couple of Marines are big group of Marines moving out to clearing creep timbers, killing some Mistral Overlords. Mutalisks also scouting the bottom of the base. Be interesting to see if they run into the Marines. He does know the Marines are there because of this Overlord. But another ground fight going on in the middle of the map. Some trading going on. But that giant Mutaflock is enough to take out these Marines who are without a medevac. And surprise, good game. K just couldn't take it anymore. He wasn't in the worst shape, but he was not... I don't think he had the income he wanted with... Are those SCVs still idle? Yeah, so many idle SCVs not mining from his 4th. He probably didn't even know about them. He probably thought he was dead in the water. Probably thought he lost them all during the attack. I know I sometimes lose track of all my SCVs. Yeah. Good game. Was fun to watch. Good job to our victor here, who